Y'all, this is your girl, the tea teacher. To some and to others, I am Lakia. To others, I am Sugar Mama, but not that type. But today we have Ace Chapo, one of the 4 nominees out there in this world, giving some fat to these young rappers that's coming out here, putting his music out. But some people that don't know some of his music, Life is Good, Bigger Bags, On Life, and Track Star. Well, yeah, Track Star. So, Mr. Ace Chapo, how are you doing today?
How are you doing? I am great.
I am doing lovely. I am doing lovely, lovely, lovely. So we was talking a little bit earlier about your saying, your slogan. You have one?
As far as when you say slogan, as far as just like my message to the world, or?
Well, I read on one of your deals you have a slogan. In your own words, what would you say about your music?
Oh yeah, like as long as I'm the chef, so it's like as long as people like you, then they'll like anything else that you have to offer, whether it's music, whether it's fashion, whether it's whatever it may be. As long as people like you as a person, then they'll like anything that you bring to the table.
So tell us, in today's society, what are you bringing to the table?
Me, so as far as musically, I'm bringing, these hot bars I be spitting, first off. You feel me? Secondly, I'm bringing style, I'm bringing fashion, I'm bringing the look, I'm bringing a label. I have my own independent label. Okay. I'm bringing the knowledge. One thing about the music industry is it's 10% music, but it's 90% business. So I'm bringing that to the table. Just basically, I'm more so of a goal setter and accomplisher. So that's what I'm bringing to the table. I have drive, I have ambition, and like I said, as long as I got the drive, we gonna get there. You feel what I'm saying? We gonna get there.
Most definitely. And you gotta have that drive being out here in this world, regardless what side of the tracks you're from, what side of the world you come from. You gotta have ambition, because if you don't, who's gonna have your back? If you don't have your own back and know who you are and know what you're worth, ain't nobody else gonna do it.
Ain't nobody else. If you don't believe in yourself, exactly. If you don't believe in yourself, then it's hard to make everybody else believe in you. You know what I mean? Like I was telling my guy, sometimes people don't believe in themselves, and you gotta believe in them. You know what I mean? It's like I can't believe in you more than you believe in yourself, but sometimes that's the way it goes. And actually, sometimes that can spark belief in somebody. They may not see what you see in them. You feel what I'm saying?
That's right.
And the fact that you believe in them so much or so hard, it might spark belief in them. And, in other cases, it may not. You may just be stuck believing in someone who just doesn't believe in themselves.
That's true. And a lot of people is like that. And a lot of people will say, oh, I'm on your team. I got your back. I'm with you. Da, 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 da. But at the end of the day, they stabbing you behind your back. Or y'all in the studio spitting bars, and all of a sudden you hear your same beat on somebody else's track, not thinking, oh, well, how did they get that? Well, the partner you got beside you. So we got to be aware too of our surroundings and who are we with.
Yes, we do. I actually just learned a real valuable lesson on that. And it was a crazy situation. One of my former friends, we had a falling out, and he's still my guy or whatever, but we had a falling out. And it's just like, just to correlate to what you said, it's more so that, like you said, you got to watch who you keep around you, because some people are only around you to ride that bandwagon. Some people are around you because they see star power, star quality in you. They just want to, like I was talking to my guy last night, it's like they see the glitz, they see the glamour, they see on stage, they see the you know, the jewelry, they see the money, they see, but they don't see nothing behind that. They don't see the 10 hours it take in the studio. They don't see the sometimes 2, 3 weeks before you can drop some music. They don't see
That's
the
right.
videos as expensive as hell these days. They don't
They
see,
don't,
you
or
feel me? They
studio
don't see
time, because
none of
that's
that.
expensive too.
Yeah, yeah, they don't see none of that. They don't
No.
see that. So, you know, everybody can get caught up in the, I guess, in the image, in which, you know, that's what it is. Because, you know, image overall, at the end of the day, you have to be somebody to look at. You have to be somebody that the people want to be in order for you to thrive in this type of, you know, business that we in.
You got to.
So yeah, you got to be something for the people to like, for the people to look at. Because if you're not, ain't nobody. First off, it's an eye test, and then it's the ear test. If you look at me and you don't see shit, then you go. You don't want to hear what I gotta say. You
That's
don't want to
right.
hear what I gotta say. You feel what
Mm-mm,
I'm saying? So
mm-mm.
yeah, like I said, I just learned a real valuable lesson. You know, just watching the people you're around as far as this business, because it gets shaky down the line. It get real shaky.
It really does. And you know, like that, the group called Jay Moore's. Have you heard of them?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, they
Mm-hmm.
made a song. How can you love me when you too
Mm-hmm.
busy loving yourself?
Yourself. That's a fact.
You
That's a
know,
fact.
you can't have my back and you stabbing me. Come on, because I hate shady people. I hate people that's one of my pet peeves. Don't lie to me.
Right.
Because you know, first time you do that, it's on me.
Mm-hmm.
The second time, it's gonna be on you, and
It's
I'm gonna cut
yeah.
you off.
Yep.
I'm gonna cut you off. And
Yep.
that's that music industry. You gotta be like that because people will ride your coattail for clout.
Mm-hmm.
And but when
Mm-hmm.
that money is gone, or when them tracks ain't selling, or when you
They
trying to,
disappear.
calm down, they gone.
They
You
disappear.
looking around like,
Right.
and they on somebody else's coattail.
And see, like I said, I just recently dealt with something of that sort. So it's like it just shows you, man, like, you know, at the end of the day, I gotta focus on me. You know what I
Got
mean? Like
to.
I gotta focus on me and exactly what I'm doing as far as my focus, because you know, when you get to focusing on everything else around that, then that's how you lose, you know, you lose the creativity that you got going. You lose the 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 road that you're on. You know, everything can crumble that you've built just from you focusing on other things around it. And you know, like I said, we tunnel vision now, so it's like, you know, I'm glad, you know, sometimes it'd be like, I'm glad that certain things happen when they did.
Yeah.
That way down the line, when things get greater, because things always change. It don't matter for the worse or for the good, things always change. It's called evolution. But now that when I get there, it's like, okay, I seen that then. You feel what I'm saying? I know how to deal with that. And, you know, I'm glad I experienced it. So now I have something, you know, like I know from this now, I can learn my
Right.
lesson. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
I can try my hardest, stay on my P's and Q's to not let something like that happen
Happen
again.
again. That's right.
Mhm.
That's right. And that's understandable. You know, even with today's society, people have got kids, relationships, businesses, different things in the world. You got to. Now, a couple of questions is, who are some of the artists that influenced you or that you kind of look up to, or, as a
So
mentor?
as far as artists that have influenced me, I'm inspired by, you know, people like Lil Wayne, people like Andre 3000, people like
I
The
like his music.
Weeknd, yeah, people like Tory Lanez, people like I'm gonna take it as far as here. One of my favorite movies of all time is The Temptations. People like those groups, just the way you can put all these sounds together and make a hit. It's like that's incredible. And that takes a lot. You
It
feel what I'm saying?
does.
It's incredible.
It
You know what
it,
I
it
mean?
does. And
So
see, and I'm a Temptations fan now. I am.
yeah,
I'm
so
a diehard Temptations fan.
yeah,
Well, I'm a fan of a lot of groups, even though I might be 41, and if people think, oh, you too young. Well, my dad owned the Jew Joint Club, and
right.
he played them old school musics,
Yeah,
them BB Kings, the Muddy Water, Little Walker, Johnny
right.
Taylor. So
Yeah,
he played them old
yeah.
ones, Ike and Tina Turner, Al Green. He played them, so I grew up on them.
Yup.
And for you to say the
Yup.
Temptations, I mean, come on now, that's the original.
Yes, the original. And that's what I'm
Original.
saying. It's amazing. Like, just like the different octaves of the voices that are used a
Yes,
certain way, or like it's amazing and it's incredible. It's
it is.
incredible.
It is. It is. So what's some upcoming events that you can speak about that's coming out that you might be having going on that you can just drop a
Um,
little bits and pieces of your smidgety music and let everybody know what's going on?
so first off, last night we just did a show. Actually, we headlined for the Cleveland Music Awards for the music venue showcase. And
Congratulations.
thank you. And yeah, we tore it up last night. Like, the crowd was dope. Shouts out to the crowd, shouts out to the sound guy, and shouts out to my guy Mark. He's the one that put it all together. Um, he's from Cleveland, but he's also from Cali, and he's been doing this all the way from Cali to Cleveland. So it's like,
Wow.
he did the hip hop or the music awards for California, one of those cities in there. So it's like, yeah, man, everything last night was just so dope how we all brought it together. Everybody, just bringing everybody's crowd together, putting them together, letting them enjoy like new music, new artists, new people that's coming up and about to, do something big. And yeah, we tore it up last night, man. We tore it up last night.
He said, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. He just
Yeah,
tore it up.
it was crazy. I had one of my artists, two of my artists come perform as well, a couple songs with me, as well as one of my partners, shouts out to Traffic. He came and performed our new single that actually, while I'm on here, that actually just dropped today on Apple, Spotify, Tidal, Pandora, anywhere you can stream music. It's called Ball Till We Fall. It's really a dope track. And I hope you, as well as everybody else, your viewers, my viewers, go check that out. We shot the
He didn't
video of
drop
that.
the track. He said it's
Yeah,
out, y'all, on
yeah, it's
Apple.
out
Now you know
now.
black folks don't get on Apple, so it got to be popping to get on Apple.
She funny.
It got to be. Y'all go check it out on Apple, he said, and
Yep, it's on
Pandora, because
Apple.
it's hard to get on Apple and Pandora.
We on
So he said
Pandora,
it's on
Apple,
Pandora. It's
Spotify,
everywhere.
Tidal, TikTok, Facebook, Insta. We everywhere. We everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, the list goes on.
It's out there, y'all. It is out
um,
there.
as well as here in about, let me see, about is that 2 weeks? 3 weeks. Here in 3 weeks, we have a Ohio Hip Hop Awards listening party, and it's
Okay.
free. It's free for the public, for the fans. What it is all the nominees, they're going to be playing all the nominees' music, you know what I mean, over a crowd of people. Everybody's networking and trying, talking. So any artists that want to come out and network, you got to register online. It's, like I said, it's free, but they need to know, you got to make your you have to register so they know how much food to have, basically.
Yeah.
So, because the food is free as well. You feel
Is
what
it
I'm
that
saying?
good old seafood boil, or is it finger
Yeah,
sandwiches?
man, they giving it all from finger sandwiches to seafood boils. I mean, it's we got it all. But yeah, that's September 7th.
Okay.
Anybody and everybody is welcome. I also have the actual Cleveland Music Awards on September 25th, in which I'll be performing as well. And yeah, that's just for September. October, we got some out of state things going on, but we still putting things in the works. I got a project coming here in about 2 to 3 weeks. I got a project coming. I have a Bless My Finesse Entertainment collab project coming as well. And Bless My Finesse Entertainment is my label, you feel me, which currently contains 6 artists, you know what I mean? And yeah, so we have a collaboration mixtape EP coming. I'd say like around October, in the middle of October, hopefully. And yeah, man, we're doing big things this year. Like I said, we going all the way up this year, all the way up.
Do you see yourself in the future doing some movie roles? Do you want to get into acting and things
Yep.
like that?
Movies. I want to do screenwriting because I can write my ass off. I want to do it all. Like I said, Bless My Finesse Entertainment is an entertainment. It's not just music. It's everything.
Going
Sports,
beyond.
yeah, everything. Music, movies, sports, modeling, everything. So
so we gonna get some merchandise as well.
Yes, I have merchandise on the way. It's still in the works, but it's coming. It's definitely coming. And it's called, the merchandise's name is Finesse Apparel. So yeah, and I'm gonna have things for men, women, kids, everything. A little bit of everything for a little bit of everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Finesse Apparel, y'all. Finesse with the S.
Yep.
Yeah, put the little snake S on there. Apparel. Y'all need to go check that out when it comes out, because he gonna have some stuff on point, popping off.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so we're booked all September, which is next month, and in October, hopefully we get to drop the video for the single that just dropped today, because we shot that video in Vegas in June.
Quick question. Y'all just dropped the video now. Is this video children approved?
Yes, it is.
Because I be seeing some videos out here lately, and I'm thinking like, oh Lord, baby Jesus, what?
No, we got a little
hanging out, falling out.
We got a little more class on this side.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Well,
we got a little more class on this side. So
that's good.
Yeah, we shot the video in Vegas. I mean, although we were in a few casinos and all that, it's nothing as far as like nothing violent that for kids or something like that. I'm
talking about you see some of these rappers and not knocking. So y'all don't try to come for me, because I will come back for you. What is that? Breast and thighs and things shaking and falling out.
Nah, that's not our thing, man. Although in the music industry, sex sells. You know what I mean? And I get it. And see, but sometimes the thing is, so like, sex sells. So it's like, not only as far as man and female, it's like you have to be appealing.
Yeah, and that's true. That's true.
It's messed up to say, but I don't make the rules. But it's messed up to say that more women that exploit themselves are on a higher level as far as like the music. That's what I mean? When women exploit themselves, they end up on a higher level than the ones that don't. You know what I mean? Those tend to be underground, you know what I mean, women rappers or artists or however it go, because they're not exploiting themselves. And I didn't make the rules, but that's how it's kind of how it is.
Now I'm gonna play the devil's advocate on that, because I feel like sex do sell, and there's a lot of women out there that is willing to take everything off to be up on that top bar level. But I feel like, and I'm not knocking no one at all on what they do. I feel like, for me, how can a woman, and a man too, because these men nowadays are wearing these great pucker pants and these baby daddy shorts, showing everything but baby Jesus.
These baby daddy shorts.
How can a man be interested in a woman if they already seeing what they got? And vice versa to a woman. Why I'm gonna see a man in some baby daddy shorts, hooch daddy shorts, and some tight nut hugger pants, and I'm thinking like, dang, ain't they hotter? Just my mind ain't even really focusing, even far as being a female, showing all that. Why? I just don't understand. I mean, maybe I'm just different. Maybe I'm just not on that level, I guess. And really, I don't want to be. Because to me, I feel like being clothed is better than being out here being seen. But I don't know. What's your view?
But some people, that's their thing. You know what I mean? They want to show it off. They want the attraction. They want like you said, you see you know, you guys, and you're like, damn, you hide this. They want that. Some people feed off of that, because people that don't want that aren't going to dress like that. I don't care what nobody says.
No, really,
A
it is
person,
true.
you know what I mean? Like, people be, you know, you can say someone's judging you off the way you dress, and you can feel some kind of way. But at the end of the day, if you didn't want to dress like that, you wouldn't.
You didn't have
So
to.
that's just what it is. You know what I mean?
It's true. And it is
That's
selling.
just
It
what
is. Because look at Cardi B. And I love Cardi B. Let me tell you, and I love Nicki Minaj. Hey, I love all the rappers, the female rappers up there, and as you say, female underground rappers. I love
But it's the
everybody
same
and their
thing.
music, but it does. It sells. It really
Yeah,
does.
that's what gets because like, it's like, for men it's so different, and it's fucked up. Again,
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
make the rules. You feel what I'm saying? Men, it's so many avenues you can have as far as in the music scene, but you don't really see that many women. And when you do, it's not all of them at a time. These days, it's not
No.
all of them at a time.
No.
It's one at a. It's either this one or this one, this one or this one.
Yeah.
It's no and. It's like nobody can come together. You know, back then we had Missy, we had Lauren London, Lauren Hill, we had motherfucking Queen Latifah. You know, all these women rap. Back then it was different. The world back then
different.
is way different from the world that we live in now.
And you are
know
correct. I mean? And I understand that. And like I
because
said,
them women wasn't showing off.
No.
You know what I mean? Them women it was strictly talent.
Yeah.
It was strictly skill. You feel what I'm saying? But once, you know, you figured you can make a little of this off if she got a skirt on this little, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, our world now is just it's a business. It's ran off money. That's just what it is.
That is correct. So let me ask you this quick question. What would the advice you would give to artists nowadays that's trying to test the waters out here in the music industry?
And I would say just keep your morality. That the best thing I can say is keep your morality and stay consistent. You feel what I'm saying? Stay consistent with what you do, and stay consistent with step one, keeping your morality. You feel what I'm saying?
That's right.
Because you know, you got to have morals to make decisions sometimes.
You got to.
You feel what I'm saying? Some people, what I may think is crossing the line, you may not. What you may think is crossing the line, I may not. Moral compass, you know what I mean? So it's like, you just got to, you know, stay true to yourself, your character, your morals. Because, you know, I know how my mom raised me. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not willing to compromise my character for anything. No. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, I would just say, keep the morals and stay consistent, man. Stay consistent.
And you gotta stay true. You gotta stay true, basically to yourself. Yeah. You know, you gotta stay true to yourself, because once you stay true to yourself, then you'll be true to everybody else. And to me, like I tell our kids, and even the young people that I mentor, and even just to the public, you gotta communicate. Yeah. Communication to me is the big number one deal. To me, communication, because if you don't communicate, how in the hell somebody gonna know what you thinking, what's your thoughts, where you going? Because don't ever forget where you've been.
Right.
And when you forget where you've been, you gonna not know where you're gonna go into the future.
Right.
You know, and that's what this podcast. When I started this podcast, I was like, no, you know, like being bashful. I ain't never bashful. I love to talk. Right. That's just me. I took it in college and even in school. You know how you go to them parent teacher conferences, and I know your mother's probably like my mother. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, you know, ma'am, Lakia, she is a great student, but she's in everybody's business. I'm trying to help them with their business. You know, I'm trying to help them, you know, get their life together so we can work together. And so I've always been like that. I've always been a talker. And so I said, well, you know what? I'm going to try this podcast. And let me tell you, I have enjoyed I have done interviews with Shelley Clark from the Honeycombs. Okay. I have done interviews with Talisha Berry with the Courageous magazines. I've done
that's dope.
Numerous interviews. Thank you, with Nicholas Styles by Styles.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Styles by Styles,
Sir James. I've done one with him, and I have done with the group called Chairman of the Board, Ken Knox. I mean, I have done several interviews with different people, and
that's the consistency I'm talking about.
You have to. Even though some days if like, you know, anybody want to do interviews, feel like, you know, you just get tired or drained. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Just the communicating, like how we're doing here,
Yeah.
It's like I've known you all my life. So it's like just talking to someone, a
Mhm.
best friend
Not
that you
only
may
that, but it
communicate with.
inspires,
It
the people
is.
coming up behind you or trying to get like you. My
It
mom
is.
just graduated. My mom just finished school and what with her degree, and
Oh,
it's like she's inspired.
congratulations.
So yeah, she's inspired. Shout outs to her too. She's
Yes.
inspired so many people to go back to school. So many people to start to get. So it's just with that consistency. Because like I said, it get hard.
Yes.
It's not easy. It's not easy. And some days are harder than others. You may have your easy days, but some days are harder than others. But when you keep consistent, you keep at it, man, consistency brings back motivation. That's what it is. Even if you lose motivation, just stay consistent. Just stay consistent. You know what I mean?
I was when I was being a mother of three, or at that time I was mother of three and being married. And boy, I didn't want to go back to school, but I went back to college. My husband pushed me to go back to college, and many a nights I cried because I'm like, golly, I don't know no Spanish.
Right.
What am I gonna know Spanish? What, no, do it for. But I took it. I was on the Dean's honor roll my whole deal. I mean, my GPA never left 4.0. And and I got up to a bachelor's degree, and I got like 28 more hours to get my master's. But it was hard though. But I felt like if I can do it, that gave my kids a mind frame, and everybody else that know me and saw me, well, she can do it, I can do it at any age. And shout outs to his mom for doing that, for being persistent and constant, and finishing school, because education to me is important.
Yes, it is. And besides the little debt that you do get, as far as being in school, it's free most of the time, especially when you're self-educated. It's free. So it's like, people need to take advantage of that, man. You know what I mean? Just like, educate yourself, researching things. A lot of people, this world nowadays, you hear something and it's just, full of rumors and sometimes lies and everything. And it's like, man, sometimes you just need to do your follow-up or your research, or just to know. It seems like people love to not know these days. And it's like, man, it fucking sucks not to know. You know what I mean?
That's what's wrong with us. That's what's wrong with us. That's where we're falling at as a group, as a nation. Lack of research, lack of knowledge, because we don't research, we don't read, we don't want to go out there and look for ourselves and know things for ourselves. We want to take what everybody else got to say. And that's not me. I like to jump into, hey, let's talk about it.
Yeah,
let's communicate.
Let's talk about it. Let's read about it. Let's see what's going on. You know what I mean? And then we'll experience.
That is. And the streets is the best school for any and everybody.
That's a fact.
It will teach you hard knocks, but it'll also teach you a lesson.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I was just telling my guy, it's a little joke that I have, like with my cousin, because he's one of them guys who haven't, just came up in that type of. So it's like I told him, I'm like, you know what? Your problem is, bro, you've never been punched in the face. That's your problem. Like, you've never been punched in the face. Because sometimes because sometimes it's like just learn it. And I didn't technically mean punched in the face. What I meant was like, you just haven't been around that type to know like what you're saying either sounds to like you don't know that this can happen because you're not from that side of the world. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like you don't know that this can happen. And that, that, because when you don't know that, a lot, people don't even think about what they say. People don't, people do little stupid things. And it's like, oh, it'd be the stupid stuff that get to me because, the stupid stuff turn into real big stupid stuff. You know what I mean? And then now we got a big problem. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever it may be. So it's like people need to, man, I'm trying to tell you, man, they don't know about that side, man. He don't know about that side.
But before our interview ends, y'all go check him out. Spotify, he said Apple, Pandora. Go check him out. Music, go hit him up.
Pandora, Tidal.
Give him some love, show him some love through the month of September, through the month of October. Just continue love and support. And we're going to have a part 2 on an interview with Ace Chapo again. So y'all, we look forward to that. And I appreciate us talking.
I appreciate you for having me.